Shrouded by mist, the valley lies hidden. But even on a clear day you would not find Yalwal, for the town lies forgotten beneath the waters of Tianjara Dam. We're leaving Australia's largest city and heading south towards our starting point, the resort town of Nowra. From there, we'll go west towards the old gold mining area at Yalwal. The town now lies beneath the waters of Tianjara Dam, but the mines and machinery left behind are fascinating to explore. After Yalwal, we'll travel the Yarramunmun and Tianjara fire trails, then make our way back toward the coast, joining the Prince's Highway just north of Ulladulla. Ahead of us, abandoned mines, flooded valleys, muddy fire trails and plunging waterfalls. So let's forget Sydney for a while and spend a few days exploring the Shoal Haven. Taking the scenic route through the Southern Highlands is the best way to start this tour. From Beverly Hills, the M5 tollway heads towards Sydney's southwestern suburbs. At the Narellan Road overpass, it becomes the Hume Highway. Stay on the highway until you see Mittagong signposted, then turn left onto the old Hume Highway and continue through Mittagong to Bowral. Mount Gibraltar, the highest peak in the region, provides a spectacular backdrop to Bowral, which is the commercial centre of the Southern Highlands. There are several lookouts on top of the mountain which provide panoramic views of the area. This is a garden town, famous for its annual Tulip Time Festival and the Bradman Museum. The museum, dedicated to Australia's most famous cricketer, is on the Bradman Oval just behind the pavilion. Leaving Bowral, we'll take Kangaloon and Sheepwash roads as we head towards our next stop, Fitzroy Falls. As you pass through the northern tip of the 150,000 hectare Moreton National Park, look out for the visitor centre sign. Pull into the car park and take the short walk to the lookout. It's an impressive spectacle as the torrent of water plummets over the rim 82 metres down into the Yarrunga Valley. If you want to explore further, there are a series of lookouts on both sides of the escarpment, serviced by 2 walking trails that begin here. From Fitzroy Falls we say farewell to the southern highlands and make the steep and winding descent down Barangarry Mountain into the lush pastures of Kangaroo Valley. The township of Kangaroo Valley sits on the far side of the Kangaroo River, accessed by way of the historic Hampton Bridge. Built of timber and sandstone by convict labour, this is Australia's oldest suspension bridge. Although these distinctive towers look medieval, the bridge was actually completed in May 1898, just 5 days before the old bridge was washed away by floodwaters. The Kangaroo River is a popular canoeing spot, and if you want to give it a try, canoes are available for hire. From the town, continue through the valley towards Cambawarra Mountain. The name Cambawarra is thought to mean mountain of fire and may refer to the brilliant red blooms of the flame trees that grow on the slopes of the mountain. As you near the top, look out for this sign and turn left. This side road continues to climb towards the top of the mountain. There is a lookout at the top and a tea room which must have one of the best views in the country. This is an ideal place to take a break, so sit inside or out on the balcony and take it all in. This is the Shoalhaven River, which runs through the centre of Nowra before emptying into the ocean at Shoalhaven Heads. Berry's Canal, built by convict labour to connect the Shoalhaven and Crookhaven rivers, is also visible. Apart from these colourful rosellas enjoying a free breakfast, you'll often find a couple of friendly kookaburras on the balcony. Although these distinctively Australian birds are members of the kingfisher family, they don't eat fish. In the wild, they feed on insects, small reptiles and amphibians, but these locals are so used to visitors, they'll eat out of your hand. From the tea room, we'll continue down the mountain and on through Nowra and start the first 4-wheel drive section of the trip, which begins at Yalwal. Yalwal is an old gold mining area about 28 kilometres west of Nowra. The once substantial town is no more. All that's left is the cemetery, which we will explore later, and the mine workings. In its heyday, there was a substantial town and mining operation here. Mining was carried out from the 1870s until the 1920s, when the last of the gold mines closed. The wartime shortage of building materials caused a few of the buildings to then be dismantled. Most of those that remained were destroyed in the 1939 bushfires. Then in 1972 the Tianjara Dam was opened and everything left disappeared under the waters of the dam. We'll pass this stamper battery later as we make our way towards the mines. This rusting relic of our mining past was used to crush the rock from the diggings. Its position right at the water's edge highlights the vulnerability of this heritage area, as any further increase in the water level would see what's left of the settlement covered. To get to Yalwal, cross the river at Nowra and head south down the Princes Highway. Take a right turn at the traffic lights and at the roundabout take the second exit left into Albatross Road. A kilometre later, make a right turn into Yalwal Road, which will take you into Yalwal. At Yalwal Gap, the road descends towards Yalwal Creek, but before you make your way down, stop and take in the view. After crossing the creek at this bridge, look out for the information board on your right. If you want to take a look at the dam spillway, it's a short walk up this track by the sign. If not, zero your speedometer at the sign and continue up the hill. After 0.2 of a kilometre, turn right into the one-way section of the track which climbs up Elyard Hill. At 1.5 kilometres, you enter into this large cleared area. At 1.8 kilometres, you reach the graveyard which is on the far side of the clearing. Yalwal's General Cemetery was dedicated in 1892. It's one of the more interesting parts of the Two Rivers Walking Trail. This walking trail links the Clyde and Shoalhaven rivers, and its first 16.5 kilometre section includes Yalwal. Shoalhaven Council and the Historical Society have erected a fence around the remaining headstones, which you'll reach after a short climb up the access path. A walk amongst the graves highlights the harsh conditions endured by the early settlers. Outbreaks of disease and bushfires took their toll. On the 18th and 19th of May 1911, 3 children from the same family died after contracting diphtheria. This tiny grave belongs to another child, a boy who died at the turn of the century. Long gone, but obviously not forgotten, as someone has placed flowers here. After leaving the cemetery, take the first track on your right and head down towards the dam. As you follow the water's edge, you'll pass the Stamper battery mentioned before. From the Stamper, continue to climb the track until you reach the clearing at the top.